take 4. I think this is the 4th attempt. We're going to get it. We're going to get through it. And this is going to be called Bookstagram Made Me Want It, or Instagram Made Me Want It, book edition. Instagram made me buy it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what I'm going to title this. But there's like certain books that I want from Instagram. Instagram? All you imps. All of you little imps on Instagram. You making up. So you've definitely heard of this when no one is watching. I put this on hold at the library, but someone else must have put it on hold before me. I'm just going to assume that that's the case because it's checked out now to somebody and I'm waiting on hold. And I don't know how everyone else's library is doing it, but now we don't have due dates anymore. So if it's still on hold in November, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. Because I'm like, every month I get a new check. Why not spend a part of it on books? You just have to budget. Like if you have a small check, then you still have a small amount of spending money. So you spend the small amount of spending money on a small amount of books, and that's okay. Like in my book haul, I did some library books, and I also did only 2 little books that I bought. So what? That's fine. Or if you buy used, it's cheap anyway. So why not? Go off. Anyway. Anyway, this is my budgeting with Karina. Budgeting with Karina. Book budgeting. Anyway. So I want this. If you don't know what this is about, they're comparing it to Get Out. Look how many people posted it. I saved a bunch of people. These are my saved shelf. Anyway, that's a different book. Hold on. But when no one is watching, they compared it to Get Out meets, what did they say? I don't know what it meets, but it's it's like gentrification. They're saying it's like gentrification meets Get Out. So they're basically saying it's like there's a serial killer killing people in this neighborhood who won't sell to the gentrifiers. I think that's what the plot is, basically. And I don't think any of that's spoiling. I think it's a serial killer because people are mysteriously disappearing and their homes are going up for market. I'm pretty sure. That's Bookstagram made me want to get that. And then Bookstagram, let's talk about, well, let me leave that. I'm going to leave one of these for last because it's going to take me into talking about this. And then I'm going to get really distracted. And so that's why I had to start over for the 4th time. So let's keep going a little bit, keeping up the pace. Now I saw this and I was like, I want to read this. Blackwater Rising. This is a thriller and it's apparently Atticlock's debut novel. It's a crime novel / thriller set in Houston, Texas in 1981. And he's a lawyer and he has a history with the civil rights movement. And it's all about civil rights, racism, living as a black man in the early 80s, union politics, big oil, Houston politics, along with creepy scenes of being followed and the psychological toll it takes on Jay Porter, the lawyer. That sounds really interesting. That sounds like before there was Get Out. You know what I mean? There was this type of deal. And then there's things that I saw on Bookstagram, and I thought that I had liked everything, because on Bookstagram, like I think I mentioned, I just like, follow, because it's all dedicated. It's just dedicated to books. So I don't feel like if I follow too many Bookstagram accounts, I won't be able to see the real people I know. But so I just follow everything, but to the point where now I'm like, I can't find the people who inspired original things. So this book I was inspired to put on my list. I don't remember who I follow. I don't remember who I followed who posted that one. It's called An American Sunrise, and it's poems by the poet laureate of the United States, Joy Harjo or Harho. I don't know. But it's set in the 1800s, or started in the 1800s. And it's about the territory on which her family and her people live. And it's about her family, it's about indigenous peoples, it's about history, it's about the story of their land. You know, it's a lot. And I think that these poems are really going to speak to me because they're not just, I think that I've said in a video that I don't really care about poetry, but I think that these poetries, I think maybe I like narrative poetry. And I'm going to get into that more later in a different video. And then this one is a book called Internment by Samira Ahmed. And I commented on this on Instagram. Hold on. So I should be able to find who said this, who posted this book. I made a comment. Oh my gosh, I cannot find it. Stay with me, stay with me. I can't find it. I swear to God. I made a comment under this and I said, oh, I think it does it. What happens? Does it disappear after a week? Because I'm only seeing things from the last week. I'm not that tech savvy, obviously. But I commented under it and I said, people don't realize, or people like to pretend or forget that we interned people. Like put Asian Americans in internment camps, okay? Way back in the day. And this kind of thing where we're being very Islamophobic, where we have first of all, and this is like I said under her post, I don't want to get too political under your post. But let's get political because I'm on my platform now. What we're doing to Hispanic people at the border, is that not an internment camp? Is that not internment camps? Come on now. Come on now. You know, like, so this, and there's rising Islamophobia here. So this, book is about, hold on. Rebellions are built on hope. Set in a horrifying near future, very realistic near future, a 17-year-old Layla Amin and her parents are forced into an internment camp for Muslim American citizens. With the help of newly made friends, also trapped in the internment camp, her boyfriend on the outside, and an unexpected alliance, Layla begins to fight for freedom and revolution against the camp's director and guards. It's apparently like heart racing, emotional, almost like action-y. They're escaping from a very serious situation. Hood feminism. I did want to read this, and I did actually buy this because of Bookstagram. I have it over here somewhere in this giant pile. I'm not gonna, like, there's more in like a pile that you can't see underneath here. It's like a mess. It's a mess. I'm not gonna get into it. Okay. Now I remember who inspired this. Hold on. I know who inspired this. It's a girl that I just started. Now this, I wanted to read this, Daughters of Nri, because of this girl that I just started following. I just started following her on YouTube. What is her name? It says I am DB. I don't know how to say her. Sorry. I don't know how to do her YouTube name. I am ADB. That's her right there. And so she did this October TBR. She said, is it too late to do an October TBR? And she inspired me to want to read that. Let's talk about what it's about. It is a fantasy based on Nigerian folklore. And it's a gruesome war results in the old gods' departure from Earth. The only remnants of their existence lie in two girls, twins separated at birth, goddesses who grow up believing they are human. Daughters of Nri explores the epic journey as they embark on their path to rediscover each other. So they're twins. We love a twin moment. And it's like a fantasy novel. They're goddesses walking amongst us. Beautiful black goddesses walking amongst us. Incredible. I'm excited to read that. I can't find who posted this. I swear I liked this girl's post on Instagram, but I can't find who it was. I would give them a shout out or show the post, but I can't find. But it's How Long Till Black Future Month. And I was like, ooh, by N.K. Jemisin. Yeah. It's just spelled differently. And these stories, these are like short stories. She sharply examines modern society. She infuses magic into the mundane. Fantasy realms, imagination, dragons, hateful spirits, New Orleans, Hurricane Katrina, Jim Crow. Hey, I'm just like reading the buzzwords out of the synopsis. Go look that up. I love it. And I love that cover. Don't you love that cover? I want to buy that. I don't think the library has that one. Leave the World Behind. I don't know if this is okay. So we're talking about this, and that's gonna lead me kind of into this. We're gonna get to the real chatty patty part of the video now. Leave the World Behind, and booking it forward. Mudvanti, she had her. Please put like I need to like DM you. Like, please send me like a phonetic spelling. Please, I'm sorry. She just was talking about this. I was literally minutes ago watching her speculate what she thought this book was going to be about based on the cover, and she said she thought it was going to be a time traveling pool, and I'm like, that reminds me of Hot Tub Time Machine. I don't know. I'm like, has she heard of that movie? But she said it reminded her of some other book or something where the pool is gonna. She said it was good. Well, anyway. So leave the world behind. I think that the title comes from the idea of like people taking like a social media break and going on vacation and just de-stressing and unwinding. And that's interesting to me because I just saw a trailer for another movie where aliens come while they're on this secluded vacation, no phones, no technology vacation, and aliens invade. And they're like the little furry puffballs. If you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and you'll remember that I was talking about it. This person says DNF at 20%. I like the concept, but this book is so overwritten. I just couldn't keep going. Okay, maybe it's not good for me to read reviews. It's only 250 pages. How could it be overwritten? Is this the same person that gave a bad review to the other book that everyone else liked? I don't know. Because that's a friend review. So I don't know about that person. God bless them. Anyway. Okay, now we're going to get into the real chatty patty. We're going to get into the real chatty patty. So this post, I want to read this because I keep seeing this everywhere. Who doesn't like a good story about witches? Who doesn't? But it reminded me I have this. And now let me know, because I know I have at least one international subscriber who comments a lot. Let me know if you have this in your country or if this is just an American thing. Now, this is from the library. It's like a free little pamphlet, and they release this to like tempt you to buy books. That's the contents. But they tempt you to buy books. As if we need help. As if we need help. Killer plants. Anyway, I'm like looking at it now. So this is great. Look what I'm saying. Look what I'm saying. I'm seeing it everywhere. I cannot escape to this book. I want to read this so bad. What else do I want to read? I'm seeing this. Okay. I didn't mention that in my list I just did, but I kind of want to read this. It's a romance, and I don't know if it's erotic. She's Nigerian. Is she Nigerian? She says, Azir knows that marrying a Nigerian man is her destiny, and she accepts her domineering mother's setups and hopes the right man will come along. But attraction knows no boundaries. And she meets this guy. He's from Spain. His name is Rafa. Comment down below if you think Rafa, the tennis player, is cute. Rafa Nadal. He's cute. What else in here was I tempted by? There was another one in here that I was tempted by. I can't find it. I've been seeing this everywhere, and I didn't realize that V.E. Schwab was a woman. Which I guess I should just assume, like, initials are women nowadays. Because, do men use the initials? I don't think they do. I don't think they do. I don't like women use the initials because they want to be gender neutral, which hurts my feelings. But moving right along, this one I've seen this everywhere, and you've seen this on Instagram if you follow Book of the Month. And this is like books about witches casting spells upon your shelves. That's so cute. I like that little cute rhyming slant rhyme situation. This I'm kind of curious to read these over here. So there's a new biography, I guess, of Malcolm X, and then there's a new biography of Sylvia. Yeah, Sylvia Plath. And this is interesting to me. She says, hold on. Okay, this is the description that got me. Biographer and Plath scholar Heather Clark lifts the poet's life from the Persephone myth it has become and examines it in all its complexity. I think that's interesting, especially since I'm going to one day in the future get around to Lana Del Rey's poetry book. And Lana Del Rey is one of those people who puts that kind of tragic female martyr vibe onto a lot of historical women, including Sylvia Plath, including Marilyn Monroe, including, who's the third one? She has a song where she references, here I am. She's like, oh, you tragic blondes, I dyed my hair brunette to escape our tragic fate or something like that. I'm just like, girl, we just like talking about this. This is the author, I guess. That's him right there. The girl on Goodreads said you were overwriting, sir. Ruman. Oh, and this is not Bookstagram, but I've seen this on Bookstagram, and I know at least one of y'all follows me from Peter Mon. We like met in the comment section, and he was saying how emotional this was making him and how he cried. He was like tearing up listening to the Midnight Library. So if you don't know what the Midnight Library is, this is basically a woman is suicidal, and she, I think, she attempts suicide, and she goes to the Midnight Library, which is kind of like purgatory between living and death, and she gets to go and open up all these books in the library, and it's like all the paths of life that would happen if you had made different decisions at different times. And I'm like, ooh, fascinating. Okay, we're coming up on 20 minutes. I need to wrap it up. We're wrapping it up. I think that's everything. If you can hear me over the rustling of this paper. Black women, black love. That's interesting. I don't want to read. I think reading about like dating advice and marriage stresses me out, so I don't want to read about that. I saw this Nick Hornby on Instagram. I don't know what that's about, but I just recognize that. And look who's again on the back. Midnight Library. Anyway, that's the end. That's the end of the video. Chatty Patty.